Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Goldie and thank you so much for tuning in. Now in today's video I want to talk about my video or my camera setup that I've been using these past couple of months and that has proven, for me at least, to work so well. And I figured why not sit down and film a short video for you guys as some sort of an orientation. You might be just starting out on YouTube, or maybe you're just curious about how other people set up their shooting setup. And so if you're interested in this type of a video, then keep on watching. Alright, the first category that I want to talk about is my camera, and my camera is the Canon ES700D. It is also known as the Rebel T5i in the US, and I believe in Japan it does have another name as well, a third name by the way. So I will link these three down below for you guys if you want to check them out online. Now, I bought my camera in 2014 as far as I remember, yes, 2014. And it retailed then for some good 600 euros, which is, I believe, a very reasonable price considering the fact, that you do get quite some value for money here, because it is a very state-of-the-art camera. It comes with a kit lens. So this one is the kit lens. I will be talking about this, in a couple of moments. This one is the EFS 18 to 55 millimeter Canon lens, kit lens that it comes with. And then there's the camera. And I believe the most valuable feature for me has been, ever since the flip out screen, because as a beginner, the worst thing is, to sit down and have fun while you're filming a video and you're all pumped because you're doing what you love, and then you sit down to edit, and everybody who's been there once is probably nodding their head. The worst thing is to be out of focus, and noticing at the end of the process, when you're done filming, and you've put everything away, and then you sit down and everything is out of focus. So that's the worst thing. And I feel like the flip out screen has proven, at least for me, it has proven to be, the centerpiece, probably the core value of this camera for me, because, when you're starting out, you don't have all that fancy schmancy, camera gear, because a lot of YouTubers now that you see that are very successful, with millions of subscribers, and sometimes they will show you their setup, and you would see them, working with the camera and then with an extra screen, like with a separate screen where they could see themselves, For people like us, beginners, and I still consider myself a beginner, I'm just, starting out to film, regularly videos for YouTube. It is a pain to spend so much money if you're not sure in the beginning, if you will continue to do so. And I feel like, it is best to go with a safe option, and the Canon ES700D is definitely a safe option, because even if you, start filming for YouTube and then you give up because you maybe decide that this is not the right thing for you to do, you will still continue to have a great quality camera, that is great for photography, that might be great, for some videography that you might be doing, privately, whatever, filming your kids, your dog, your cats, whatever. So I feel like this is the right choice if you're in the market for a great, entry-level camera that will, come with a bunch of great settings, and it is so easy, and some of those settings are really self-explanatory. So that is really, really amazing, and that has fascinated me, at least, ever since I bought it. The next category are my lenses, and I do own, as of now, two Canon lenses. Now the first one is the Canon kit lens. It's the EFS 18 to 55 millimeters, and this one is of an unbelievable value, because if you're like me and you're filming in a very small room, a very tiny room, and I'm literally filming here in my bedroom, which is a very long room but very narrow, and so it leaves me with a tiny space to film in. This lens has actually proved to be such a great lens for very small rooms like mine. So you can either zoom in if you want to be very close to the camera, or you can zoom yourself out if you're like me, and doing clothing hauls or whatever. You want to show the try-on hauls in particular, want to show people what clothes look like on you. So this, as I said, is really a great kit lens, so Canon has chosen wisely, to put this in the package together with the camera, especially for beginners out there. My second lens is the Canon 50mm f-stop 1.8, and it has been my favorite out of these two that I own, ever since I bought it, because first of all, it retails for a very reasonable price. Now, I bought mine for 120 euros, which is, quite fair, quite reasonable. And what I love about the lens, it comes with a great aperture, so it allows a lot more light in. and it will give you this perfectly blurred background, you know, that I was looking for, that I was actually aiming for. So you have the bokeh background, and on the other side, you know, it allows way more light in, and thus you can, you know, either do photography or videography, you know, in low light situations. And this is just amazing because just a couple of weeks ago I had a night shoot with my sister. So we were in Vienna out and about. It was like 10 p.m. and it was just amazing, you know, to try out the new lens, you know, because in low light it does miracles, you know, it works miracles. And so I'm really glad that I've bought it, and ever since I bought it, you know, I've been filming with it. So this look right now is the Canon 50mm lens. I put it on manual focus because, as I said, you know, I've got nobody behind the camera to check if I'm in focus. So I put it on manual focus, and thus, you know, I know that I can move a little bit. But you see, if I come closer to you, it will blur me. So if I sit back, you know, this is the manual focus that I've locked it in for the purpose of this video. So I highly recommend to go with such a lens, you know, if you're in the market for something that will give you this perfect blurred background, but at the same time, you know, with a come with a wider aperture, so it allows you to film, you know, in low light situations. So if there's one little helper that I couldn't be doing without any more on my set, then it is this little Canon remote control. Mine is the model, what is it, RC6, yes. And it looks like this. It retails for some 12 or 13 euros on Amazon. It is of such great value because when you're filming yourself, you know, there's nobody behind the camera to press record, to see if you're in focus, you know, or to check in if you're in focus while filming. And everybody knows that filming, you know, it does take its time, you know. So I've been filming right now for a good hour and 15 minutes. So it does take its time, you know, and there's nothing more screwed up, you know, than finishing your filming process and then you move on to editing and you understand that all of your material, all of your footage is just out of focus. So that's the worst. And with this remote control, you kind of, you know, help yourself, because you see, even if I stretch out my hand, I'm too far away from my camera, so there's no way, I'm nowhere near the camera, there's no way I could be reaching the camera, you know, to press the record button if I wanted to. And also when you set your camera or the lens especially on manual focus like I did right now, you know, you don't want to go back and forth, you know, you don't want to go these 1.5, 2 meters to the camera, then sit down. You risk being out of focus, and believe me, it is the worst feeling ever, you know, to put in hours and hours and hours in preparation, you know, into filming a video, and then, you know, coming to learn that your footage is just, you know, it's just worthless because you're out of focus and you cannot upload such a video. And so, you know, bear this one in mind. So this might be of great value for you too. For me, it has been definitely, you know, the purchase of the year. The next category that I want to talk about is lighting. And lighting is just essential when we're talking about the quality of your video. So you want to make sure that you always film in good lighting. So there's two ways to go about this. Now, first of all, you can use natural light. Natural light is just the best, actually, if you can get it. In my case, I come home late from work, so I very often come home at 5, 6, or 7 p.m. Especially night, you know, throughout the winter time, I have the problem that there's no natural light out there anymore for me to film in. So in my case, I will have to have some extra lighting in my bedroom. So I've had these 2 umbrellas on the stands forever, for I don't know, a good 3 or 4 years now. And I've worked with them quite well. So they retail for approximately 50 or 60 euros. I cannot remember anymore. And they're by some, I don't know, it's not a brand or something. It's a no-name company that I've ordered just off of Amazon. It was very affordable, as I said. And they've been doing that job greatly. So I'm very content with them. I used to have 2 soft boxes, and I kind of, no matter what I did to them, you know, they didn't turn out to work for me, but maybe I was doing something wrong. Maybe there was something wrong with the bulbs that I was using with it. And so I don't know. I kind of skipped the soft boxes and I came back to my initial umbrellas. So I do have 2 white umbrellas and I do have 2 golden ones if you want to go for that little bit of a, you know, warmer tone. But actually, you know, for doing all of my videos right now, or as of right now, these past couple of months, you know, I've been quite, you know, happy with the video quality, you know, with these wide umbrellas. So I think I will stick with them, you know, for the next couple of months because they've served me well, and I hope they will continue to do so. And now last but not least, let's talk about my microphone and the sound of a video. Now, I think we pay way more attention to the sound of a video or the quality of the sound of a video, than we're probably even aware of. Or at least I catch myself doing that, and sometimes I feel weird about it. But that's just the way it is. So we pay a lot of attention to the sound of a video. And for the longest time, I used to use the built-in microphone of the Canon ES700D, and it was perfectly fine. So for the longest time, I didn't even care because there was just so much more to focus on, like, all the settings of the camera, the lens, how to zoom in, how to zoom out, how do you stay in focus while filming, and so on. So there was so much more to concentrate on, including the lighting setup and so on. So sound was something that I wasn't really paying attention to, only until, I don't know, a couple of months ago. And so 4 or 5 months ago, when I decided to, essentially come back on YouTube and film on a regular basis videos for you guys, I figured like I might want to sit down, and reconsider the microphone situation, because I noticed that the sound of my videos was a little bit off, and so sound in general, especially the built-in microphone, catches a lot of noise around you. So that was really not the best situation for me. And so I started, looking for a little or tiny microphone, that I might use for my videos. And I came up with this Bluesmart lapel microphone. I understand there's so much choices out there on Amazon, but for me, there was just no way of, being able to afford a Rode mic for, I don't know, 250 euros. So there was no way I could splurge. I couldn't afford it. And so I decided to go with a tiny little lapel mic and just, see if I'm lucky. And I have to say that I'm quite happy with it, because it does provide me with a great quality of sound. Now, could it be better? Probably could, because this is a very tiny and very affordable microphone. But then keep in mind, I'm just at the beginning of this journey. So, and as we all continue, to progress, to march forward, we will continue to improve our equipment. But right now, as of right now, this is just a great option for me. And probably if you're starting out with your YouTube channel, it might be for you as well. So please consider a tiny lapel microphone. You can either pin it to your collar. I see a lot of YouTubers actually do that, but in my case, I like to, stack a couple of books in front of me and then, pin it to my body lotion or whatever is on my nightstand. So that's my solution for that. And it has worked fine, even for my voiceovers, I will use it and I will bring it up very close to my mouth, so it has worked out perfectly fine for me. And so you might want to look into this one if you're in the market for a new microphone for your YouTube videos. And so yes, this concludes today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Now, I hope this video was informative and helpful for you guys. I surely enjoyed making it for you. This is, by the way, my first tech review video, my first technical video ever. So I'm kind of proud of myself, yes. And so yes, please let me know in the comment section down below what you think about it. If you have questions, if you would want me to do a follow-up video, maybe talking about my editing software, my photo editing software, because there's so much more here to talk about. And yes, up until next time, I wish you all a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. I don't know what time it is over there. And yes, take care and see you. Bye.